So I've had to switch back over to my old, my old trusty Skywatcher Star Adventure 2i with the my 61 millimeter Zenistar scope on it. And this is my old camera with my new telescope, and it's been working great. And it's amazing, since the Skywatcher that used to be the absolute bane of my existence um, has now become my reliable go-to mount. The only complaint I've got about it now, since that firmware update fixed that motor problem, is this horrible base that they send with them. But compared to the price you pay on other things, I can't necessarily complain. And considering this thing's been shooting for about 2.5 hours now, just going intervalometer, minute and a half shots, and I really don't have any complaint. There's been really no drift whatsoever. It's right where it was. It's on what I think is a piece of the California Nebula, but I'm having to kind of play it by ear/sight, because my new mount, Celestron CGX, not the CGXL, the CGX, I literally have used it one time and it has quit working. You'll notice over here, turn it on, and it boots up, doing its thing. And after, so see, it says waiting for the cars to pass. See, it says CGX ready, enter, and it says set switch. So normally you just hit enter, but when you hit enter, it immediately shows an issue. So here's what's happening. Declination motor working fine. Right ascension motor non-responsive. See here, declination, nothing. If you tell it to set, the declination moves back over. Right ascension does nothing, and it's sitting here trying to move the right ascension motor. Nothing. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I guess tomorrow I'm going to play troubleshooting. I don't know how easy it would be to return a mount that literally was shipped from Washington, and I'm in South Carolina. And it's been set for a week because I had clouds and rain, and now I get to use it on my second night. It goes crap. And the thing about it is, I used it last night. I did a rough polar alignment, and just used the hand controller to do a rough alignment, and I just basically put it on the moon. And I'll put some of that video up here now, and used the rough alignment just to kind of cruise around the moon. I got a 2,000 millimeter 8-inch SCT Meade LX200 that I zoomed in on the moon, got some cool shots, got it really close. I mean, I was really enjoying it, and I was just kind of just getting a feel for it before I actually went to use full tracking tonight. And that's what I was going to do. I was going to film a little startup video on doing tracking and whatever, and I was going to basically cruise around the sky for a little bit. California Nebula was one of the things I was going to do. I've been shooting a couple nights now. I've been shooting Horsehead and Flaming Nebula over in Orion, and since I've put this field flattener on my Zenistar 61, and was just kind of going and seeing how that looks, and how things are framed differently with the field flattener versus without. And so yeah, plans have changed. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to cover this back up with a trash bag, and hopefully tomorrow it'll be something simple. I don't think a belt came off because I don't hear a motor running. Um, I don't know what it is. I've already done the factory reset on this thing twice tonight. It was working before. When I got it, I updated all the firmware and everything with it. That's one thing I do now religiously since the issue with the Skywatcher that I just mentioned. So I updated all the firmware on it, updated all the firmware for even the accessories like the SkySync. I even got the stupid little Wi-Fi adapter. I updated the firmware on everything, the hand controller, catalog software. I mean, I did everything. So I'm on the latest versions for everything. And that was before I used it the first time. And I've used it last night. Officially used it the first time. I mean, yesterday was the first time I turned it on, and just was using rough everything, just trying to get a feel for how everything worked. And well, here we are. We are back to square one, and makes me start to regret that I didn't just go ahead and wait on the Skywatcher uh, or the ZWO AM5. I was really thinking about that AM5, but there was a back order list on that, and there was a EQ6 that it was a back order on, and there was a back order on the GTI, Start Venture GTI, which I've actually ordered anyway, but it won't be here till the middle of next year because I want a small portable go-to mount in the same form factor of Start Venture. I think it's a great mount, and it's flawless now. That firmware update has fixed my motor issue. I mean, I'm amazed at how great it is. And since then, I haven't had a single, knock on wood, a single issue outside of some bad time periodic error on stills. But just, I mean, this is just, it's making me regret buying this thing. I bought it, kind of went on a limb and bought it because I could get it, and tried to tell myself that it wasn't because and the 5-star review. I mean, I don't know if it's 5-star, 4.5-star reviews on Amazon. It's well rated on other places, and I kept telling myself, well, it's well rated, and it tells you it's got to be a good mount, and maybe it's just back ordered because they've made more of them, or because I hit it at the right time, or whatever. But there might have been something to that. So I guess we'll see. I just switched over. I was kind of excited because I had just switched over to an Optilong L-Enhance filter for my DSLR. I've got a night or so under that, and last night I shot like I said, the Horsehead and Flaming Nebula, and I was amazed when that first stretch come through at how the colors were still there, but I shot under 50% moon, and tonight it's even brighter, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it is because it's just the moon washes everything, and I was so excited to pair my new mount with my new filter, and it ain't gonna happen tonight. So I guess we'll see, and hopefully this is a simple fix that I'm an idiot and doing something wrong. And I've done all the main things. I've done the reset. I switched. I did have the hand controller plugged into this aux port because it was mounted down lower. I plugged it up in port 2 up here on the back of the mount, which it says you can do. I switched it and plugged it into port 1. Didn't make a difference. Anything I could think of that it could be, I tried, and nothing has worked. So, Celestron, you're worrying me. But on another note, the Celestron, the 4-inch SCT that I've got, that I bought, kind of is just trying to get reacquainted with the craft a couple years ago. Brought it out tonight, and my son played around with it for a little bit and got some really good shots of the moon. I may put those in this video too. Through the eyepiece using the Celestron cell phone adapter, with a not a Celestron eyepiece, a Meade eyepiece, but on the moon, got a full shot of the moon. I mean, it was great. He was very excited, and the shot honestly was really good. He had some good shots in there. So I guess that's one good thing. The Celestron mount gave a good experience to my son for the first time. He even made the comment that, wow, this is a great beginner telescope. It's easy to use. And I bragged and I said, hey man, that's great. You know, what's cool about Celestron is, look, this looks exactly the same as the keypad on yours. You know, it's easy to keep using. It works exactly the same, and this is a quote unquote observatory grade mount. So I guess we'll see. It's never a good sign when the second time you use something it doesn't work. So tonight I was blessed with at least what right now are clear skies, and my mount would work. So Old Reliable stepped in with a pinch, and stepped in the pinch. So all right, until next time.